Here are the Jigsaw kills ranked point-wise. So I already did my review on the movie. I already did the kills ranked in my own opinion. That was subjectively. This is objectively. So we're looking at how bloody the kill is, how believable the kill is, how creative the kill is, how surprising the kill is, and how scary the kill is. And each category can get from 0 to 5 points. So, let's get started. There are a lot of kills, but a bunch of them have gotten the same amount of points. So those are just gonna be these tied. So at number 10 is the purse snatchee. Carly takes her purse. It was in a flashback. She dies from asthma. So 0 points for how bloody it is. No blood. 5 points for how believable it is. Of course, she didn't die from asthma. No one helps her. And she doesn't have her inhaler. 0 points for how creative it is. It's not creative at all. 0 points for how surprising it is because it's in a flashback. And obviously, if Carly is in the game, obviously she would have died. So, yeah. And 1 point for how scary it is. Freebie point, I guess, for it being scary-ish. So the purse snatchee gets a total of 6 points at number 10. Number 9, here are a few kills that have the same amount of points, and that's Ryan's friends and the other driver, who die in an explosion, and Jigsaw's nephew, who gets hit by a car. So, Ryan's friends and the other driver, 0 points for how bloody it is. There's no blood, because it's just an explosion. 5 points for how believable it is. Explosion, fiery explosion. Of course they're going to die in that. 0 points for how creative it is. Car crash, that's not creative at all. 1 point for how surprising it is. Kind of surprising with that explosion in there, that it exploded. And 1 point for how scary it is. Kind of scary for that. And then the other kill it's tied with is Jigsaw's nephew. He gets run over by a garbage truck. 0 points for how bloody it is, because you don't see the body. You just see the motorcycle getting run over by the garbage truck. But 5 points for how believable it is. 0 points for how creative it is. Not creative. 1 point for how surprising it is. Kind of surprising to see it in a flashback. And 1 point for how scary it is. Kind of scary to see him get run over by a garbage truck. So both Ryan's friends, the other driver, and Jigsaw's nephew come out to a total of 7 points at number 9. Number 8 is Matthew. He hangs himself after he thinks he killed Anna and his baby. So 0 points for how bloody it is, because there's no blood. He just hanged himself in prison. 5 points for how believable it is. No one helps him. We see the body. He's hanged. 1 point for how creative it is. Not that creative that he gets hanged, or that he hangs himself in prison, so not that creative. 1 point for how surprising it is. Kind of surprising that he does kill himself over it. Well, I guess not that surprising that he would kill himself over it. Surprising that we see him die. 1 point for how scary it is. Kind of scary to see the body. So Matthew comes out to a total of 8 points at number 8. Number 7, here's two other kills that are tied, and that is Malcolm and Edgar Munson. Malcolm gets half decapitated, but his body is found, so 2 points for how bloody it is, because you see the inside of his head, his brain. 5 points for how believable it is. Missing half his head, of course. 1 point for how creative it is. Kind of creative to see the half decapitation. 0 points for how surprising it is, because it's just, we saw the body already, so not that surprising. And then 1 point for how scary it is to see that gore. And then it's tied with Edgar Munson, who gets his throat slit. We don't see it, though. We see the body, but we don't see the action. So 2 points for how bloody it is. Kind of bloody. 5 points for how believable it is. 0 points for how creative it is, though. It's not creative at all. 1 point for how surprising it is. You don't expect him to see him dead, and 1 point for how scary it is. Kind of scary to see him dead. So Malcolm and Edgar Munson both come out to a total of 9 points at number 7. Number 6 is 3 kills that are tied, and it's confusing in the movie. It's not Carly, not Mitch, and then also Ryan. It's like extra bodies we see in like the Jigsaw studio, and then thrown off of a building or whatever. But it's like 2 different people than the actual people in the actual game. So not Carly, injected with acid. So 2 points for how bloody it is, kind of bloody. 5 points for how believable it is. 0 points for how creative it is, because we've already seen that kill in the movie. 2 points for how surprising it is, just to see the body. And then 2 points for how scary it is. Kind of scary to see the body. And then not Mitch. 2 points for how bloody it is, kind of bloody. 5 points for how believable it is. He's presumably shredded by the death spiral. 0 points for how creative it is, because it's like we've seen that kill before, but it's not on screen for this. 2 points for how surprising it is. Kind of surprising to see him fall. And then 2 points for how scary it is. Kind of scary. And then the last one is Ryan. Real Ryan. He bled out from his foot amputation. 2 points for how bloody it is. 5 points for how believable it is. 2 points for how creative it is. Not that creative. 1 point for how surprising it is, and 1 point for how scary it is. So all 3 of those kills come out to a total of 11 points at number 6. Number 5 is Anna and Matthew's baby. Smothered by Anna. So 0 points for how bloody it is, 5 points for how believable it is, 1 point for how creative it is, 5 points for how surprising it is. You don't expect a baby to actually die, and 3 points for how scary it is. It's pretty scary. So the baby comes out to a total of 14 points at number 5. Number 4 is Carly, real Carly, injected with acid in the neck. 3 points for how bloody it is, 5 points for how believable it is, 2 points for how creative it is, more because it's the first kill, acid neck kill. 2 points for how surprising it is. You don't expect Ryan to kill her. And then 3 points for how scary it is. It's pretty scary. So Carly comes out to a total of 15 points at number 4. Number 3 is Anna. She accidentally shoots herself in the face, so 2 points for how bloody it is, 5 points for how believable it is, 1 point for how creative it is, because she just gets shot. 5 points for how surprising it is, because you don't expect the bullet to actually come back into her face, and 3 points for how scary it is. It's pretty scary. So Anna comes out to a total of 16 points at number 3. Number 2 is Mitch. He gets shredded by the death spiral. 3 points for how bloody it is, 5 points for how believable it is, 3 points for how creative it is, pretty creative, 3 points for how surprising it is, you don't expect him to really die, and 4 points for how scary it is. It's pretty scary. So Mitch comes out to a total of 18 points at number 2. But the number 1 best most pointed Jigsaw kill is Detective Halloran, which is also my favorite kill of the movie. He gets his head lasered into 8 pieces by a laser collar. So 3 points for how bloody it is. His head just falls into 8 pieces. 5 points for how believable it is. He'll die from that. 5 points for how creative it is. Head split open into 8 pieces. That's creative. 3 points for how surprising it is. Very surprising that he dies. And 3 points for how scary it is. Very scary that he does die. So Detective Halloran comes out to a total of 19 points as the number 1 best most pointed Jigsaw kill. Thanks for watching.